you doing, guys? Been a bloody long time. Called it quits. I had to call it quits on the old RC stuff for a bit because I had to retire from work. So it was pretty hard to shut down everything I ever did. Took a lot of work to get it shut down, but all I was trying to do was get shut down so I could carry on. Yeah, I've been a hell of a lot going on at Forever One. That's cracking anyway. So what we're going to do today is my final project. So this is the reason I didn't make any videos is that I wasn't ready to make it. There's a good reason for that, and that is because the first RC car I got was bought for me by my grandpa, he was a shipbuilder. So he worked in the docks and he employed lots of people and he made ships. So he was a shipbuilder. So a very big shipbuilder at that. But around about the time when my parents were growing up, he employed everybody down there. So he was a dockman and he employed everybody in the country around that area. And there was huge unemployment in this country, and all he did was build a business and actually brought everyone into it because everyone was out of work. So we're in a similar spot here in the UK at the moment. So all we can do with run businesses really is just back right out, completely back out. We ain't got no choice now. We've been told to stay at home. So it's kind of give us the best chance we could ever get of backing out of everything. We just had to figure out how to do it. So it's taken, I think it's taken about I've been trying to figure this out now since I started RC, how to get back out of my career again. So I use a torch to focus myself on what it is I actually need. Right then, this lamp here is brilliant because you can just angle it where you want, but the reason it's so good, it's multi-adjustable, so you can change your lights. Now, we all know videos about lighting, but actually building something is about concentrating or being comfortable. You can sit back with this as a remote control and you can keep changing it until you get your lighting right. And obviously our videos need to look right, and I can change the hue, I can do what I want and just with a click of a button. And I'll just sit here clicking this until I think so that's warm. That looks like a warm place to do something. Whereas if I do that, it looks like I'm concentrating. And for me, this is about the way your mind works when you're doing it. So that looks cool. It looks a bit cold. That looks warm. It's warmed it up. So setting the lighting up is very easy on these things. If you know how to set lighting up, then we all do. I like this because it's multi-adjustable. Clamps on, you can do what you want, but you can bend it where you want. We probably want this down a bit. I like to know what the weather's doing. Right then, what we've got is we've got a phone, and that is my only phone. This is what we're going to build it with, and I built that myself because it's what I use. That's what my companies have always done. They've always built phones, but everyone seems to be obsessed with the latest phone, and I'm not. I'm not obsessed with any kind of phone. It's gone, and then you can just sort of chill out because setting up for a build is about relaxing. Because if you start a build when you're pissed off, then you're going to be pissed off. It's simple stuff. I'm not teaching this subject here, guys. I'm just telling you that that's the way it works for me. So now I've got a nice warm place to look at. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do in it. This is where I do everything. So if I was building a phone, that's where I build it. That's where I built that phone. So I'm now ready to do something. We don't know what it is yet. Right then, the weather's looking nice. We don't need to know that. We know what the weather is. It's gone. So you've got to clear your space out. And that lamp's fine, but it's just in the way of me putting this on the table, isn't it? I'm going to put a big buggy there, and it's now annoying me again because I can't do it. So I keep clearing out and I keep going back. What I do is I put everything back behind me to get it out of shot. It's not because I'm trying to clear it out of my shot. It's because I don't need it in the way. It's bugging me. It's getting on my nerves. We've got some wipes here. These are the best wipes in the world. They're called dude wipes. So they wipe anything, they will. And I mean anything, they're dude wipes. So they will wipe what you think they'll wipe. You've got to make this stuff important. Nonsense. It's not important unless it's important. I've got it. So, no worries, no trouble. There we go. And there we go. There we go. And I can use this now, what I actually want to use it for, which is to use it for lighting. I can just sit down and bend it around and then it becomes useful. I ain't got to do any complicated lighting. I can light it where I want to light it. And then it's useful, it don't piss you off. So if it's there, it's constantly in your way. It really is constantly in your way. So when you're working, you need the right lighting. That's fine. When you're filming, you need to be able to see it. That's great. Now I need to find somewhere to put it to get the right lighting. Well, I'll leave it there. Right then, so now we get this laid down. And it's suddenly going to be nowhere to put it. Right, now we've got something to do. and we've got something to do it with. That lamp is now officially right in the way there. That's perfect. I needed it to be in the way. Looks tidy, it looks neat. I need the clock there, I know what the time is. I need this here to do what I need to do. But that's that. So off we go then. Let's see what we can do there. Right then, what we got then? What have we got? We've got a car. Okay, we know what that is. We've got some cables. We don't need them yet. I'll get that out of the way. This is what I call my work in progress box. So in a factory, you don't have some sort of work in progress. We've got to get this out. No matter what it is, it's got to come out. Because this is my work in progress. It's actually some sort of box board. But in a factory, the work rolls around the factory and the work passes between different stations. This is my workstation in a factory. Yeah? This is all I ever had in a factory, a little workstation. So if I'm set up for work, I need something to do. And I've got an empty box. And that means I've got to find something to do. So it's like, well, what are you going to do? I don't know. I've got this box, what am I going to do with that? But you've got to put things in it. And you're like, right, we'll chuck it on there then, whatever. What we're going to need for this, we're going to need some batteries. So this is a stock here. So we'd have gone to the stores in the factory, they've got some batteries. In the factory, you've got to go and get stuff, it's all provided. What can we do here? We've got batteries already. Okay, we've got a stand, do we need that? No, we don't need that. What we got here, we don't need that. We've got some honey, we had that now. Don't need that. You clear off, you would never forget your coffee. You like that, I want to see that. I want to see what's going on. I've put a fan on and it's now 25 degrees. And a telly, you don't want to lose your telly, do you? And then get your smokes out of the way. Batteries, we need, that's actually the only one of these we got. I was interested. We've only got one of them at the moment. We've got lots of these, and these are actually, these are the best batteries you can buy. These are serious, really well. I mean, them one down there, they're the standard energizers. I never come across batteries like these before in my life. Ultimate lithium, Jesus Christ, guys, these things last a million years. They're very expensive, but these energizers down here, what we all use, brilliant stuff. These are on a new level, these are. New level, ultimate lithium. I bought them for something else that really takes a lot of power, a huge amount of power, and it runs for 2 years. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I think I found the ultimate battery, and I did. So these are really expensive, and I'll put the links in for you and everything, of course. Right. So we got one of them, and we got a load of others, so they'll come in handy at some point, won't they? Can't do much without batteries. And then we can chuck them down on the floor, because we know we've got them. Right then, that's going to stay there. That's my tea bag emptier. You can chuck that on the floor. Right, that's also an ashtray, of course, so it's got some fag ends in it. Don't matter. That's an ashtray. Right, let's have a look. We've got a torch. Right, we don't know what we're doing again. Have a look round, don't need a torch. We've got that there, or whatever. We've got to fill that up with something at some point. That doesn't matter. So this is now a dirty, grotty factory, and you can see how dirty and grotty factories get. You know, they're not clean places, you know, they're dirty. Right, then we've got a dirty ashtray, don't care, in the factory, we chuck it on the floor. We've got some tools, we're going to need that. It's a tool, we chuck it next to it. And then we've got a tool there. You've got a tool, what's that? It's an iPhone. I bet it's flat. Yeah, it don't work. That's no good, is it? That's flat, a load of crap. Right, that's what they are, a load of crap, they're just phones. Yeah, you can't do it with that case, it don't work, does it? Right, then what we've got here, we have got some nice pencils. Okay, we want one of them. And then that's a load of really nice stuff, so you put it behind you carefully. That's not a load of crap at all. A phone is a load of nonsense if it don't work. A really nice pencil writes on things, we need that. This is actually from a dental kit, I've never used it. I'm going to see what I can, where is it, it's gone. I'm going to see if I can look inside things, because I like to look inside things. They're supposed to look at your teeth for that. And I'm like, who wants to look at the back of the teeth for forever? So I'm thinking we could look inside things and use it, I don't know, we'll stick it there. All sorts of bits and bobs that have kind of hanged around. Right. If we can at some point, we'll try and use that thing. I found the charger a minute ago and it's miles away. Right, okay, let's put all this down here now because we said we're going to use it, we're going to use it. I'm going to put the coffee down, right. There you go. Right, we need some of these because this is what I refill my pipe out of, and it's wicked tobacco. Even if you don't smoke them, just, you know, some refills. So basically you're starting your day off now at 10:30 in the factory. We've got something to build, we don't know what it is. Can't see it because this is the only thing we're going to look at now. There's something scribbled on it because I scribbled on that. That's what you do in a factory, you scribble on shit. It's a dirty old factory, you scribble on whatever you want. Right then, let's put this somewhere. We've lost what we want to put it on. Right then, so now, exactly, you focus into the point where you lose everything. Right then, what have I got here? This is an entry system, fine, we're not doing that today. This is interesting. I like this. It's a new product I've scouted. So it's a lamp. Now, those lamps I've got are great. They're really great. But we've evolutionised the lamp. So I haven't seen this yet. I want to see this because this is a product evolution. So that lamp I showed you is the first generation of this lamp. And this is a redesign of this because they were annoying the hell out of me so much. This is an evolution of that. And this should fix the reason that lamp annoyed me. It's so annoying to have around. It's unbelievable. Let's unbox this. So we've got to find something to put this on. Okay, it should have everything now. Sit back. I should have a view that I've got. Yeah, where is what I've got? I don't know. I've got everything on the floor. I've thrown it everywhere. Brilliant. Now we've got to find it. What we've got? We have got a focus flat. Okay. Right, we haven't got what we need. I've got a stand. Right. So basically, you lock yourself back in, and then you got to find what you need. Where the hell did it all go? There it is. Right. So it's on the floor, so it matters, it's a dirty old factory floor. And it is dirty down here. Yeah, so we're about a bit more. Right, okay. So we need this stand, which is actually a phone stand. It's what I conference on. So that's what I use to conference all day. So this is where I work from. This is actually a workplace. Put the seat back on, you sit on it, and it's a telephone table, you turn it around. So it's part of the house, it's furniture, it's just furniture, it's just old furniture that is really nice. You know, I like old furniture. It's good stuff. So it's solid, it's proper fucking wood, you know, really hard wood. It's not some bullshit plastic piece of shit or anything. It's a proper bit of table layer, and that's a proper iPhone, so you could crack about with it. You're gonna break that here, because that's the thing about these things. You don't break tools. Nobody breaks a tool. You wouldn't break that in a million years. I built that myself. This is what I used to repair, and I never actually had one. I thought, let's just build one up and let's do it for this build. Doesn't work. We don't need it. What are you gonna focus on? Right, we're gonna need it at some point, maybe. I don't know. We have to look something up, maybe. Let's have a look. Don't know what else we got. We got a charger here. Doesn't work. Right, that doesn't really here. It looks like we've got a fairly clear workspace, some shit on the floor, like that man, we're in a factory. Right, then we need to unbox this, and I need to put this on the stand. So what I do is this, this is a stand, it's a really good stand. It's an evolution again of my old stands. We'll stick this on there, and then I've got something to hold it with. So now I've got a holder, I can actually move it around. So that's fine, but now we can survey what we got, and we seem to have an Xbox controller there, which is great fun, apart from we didn't connect the Xbox, so it's not done any good, is it? Right, and then I found some other things. This is an old thing. What's this? It's a phone for providing enough, no SIM card, ain't gonna help, is it? Right, okay, that ain't gonna help anyone. There's another load of stuff here. Ah, that might help. It will help. Gas lighter. Like that'll help. You can burn anything with that. Something from Star Wars. Finally, the pencil sharpener. And this is a really useful tool. It's actually what I use for almost everything. I don't know what it is, but it gets SIM cards out and it does loads of stuff. Right, it's a little pokey thing. And there's stuff here. Ah, I've never found something useful, see? Something useful. If you look hard enough, you find something. That is a battery for that phone. Now then, if I needed to ring someone, I'll put that battery in, we're off, okay? So we've only got this area to work in, you've got to restrict yourself to your workspace. Somebody has landed me a battery for the phone there. I don't know who it was. And I've got a spudger. These are what he takes phone screens off with. Just snap them off. What are you groaning at now? Come on. He's groaning up. What's up? Are we not to start, are we? See, you can't start. What's up, mate? Come on. We're trying to start work here. What's up? I'll charge the phone then. Right, what's wrong, mate? So now we've got the kit. Let's have a look. Okay, we take the kit up, and we've got that bit. And to me, that is just a bit. It's a part. It's a part. I get precious about these things. They're just parts. That's the body. That's parts of the body, and that's plastic. It's gone. It's an antique buggy. It gives a crap about what it is. We've got to build it, not worry about what it is. Right, there's bits for it. Fine, whatever. We've got some more bits, and that's a really nice bit of kit there. Just the boxing. It's fine. It ain't gonna break, is it? I'll throw it on the floor. Right then, we've got something started. We don't know what we've got here. It's the original car my grandpa bought me because it's the chassis I'm interested in. I love the body, by the way, but it's the chassis that he bought me second hand. And then what happened is, I then built on this car, and then I sold it to my best friend. My best friend bought this car off me, and then that allowed me to buy my first real brand new Tamiya RC car, which was a Falcon. And the Falcon was the first car I got bought as a present for myself from my family, as in my parents. That led me into Tamiya. Actually, that's not true. I tell a lie. It wasn't a lie, I just forgot. I sold something and bought myself a second-hand hot shot. I couldn't afford stuff that was new when I was that young. I was only about 8 years old, so this stuff new was ridiculous out of my realm. Would never have happened. The only thing that I could get new was to sell this car and sell a hot shot, which was my favourite car I ever bought. I probably paid a few quid for it. It was a complete kit. The whole thing came. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a lovely car. It just a second-hand one, you know. Same as the Hot Shot I've built, really. My Hot Shot now is immaculate. And the one I had back then was immaculate. You know, you don't keep these are nice things, don't you? Keep them nice, but you run them like crazy, and they get dirty and stuff. This is obviously a brand spanking new kit. So we'll have a look at what we've actually got. I mean, we've got wheel hub, which is nice. I've got upgrades sorted for a lot of this already, but that's not what this is about. It's not about upgrades. It's about looking at what it is. Pure solid steel. Steel. I've got an upgrade for that, and it's going to be ever so fast. Right, lower arm. Okay, I'm not going to read all that. I'll be here forever. Because the beauty of this is that packaging. It doesn't matter what I do now. That's not coming out. I can feel it. I can go on the floor, but it's heavy and it's nice. Right then, get the bench set up again. This is the car. So it's black and white, obviously, which is awesome. We all know what it is. I'm not going to open this yet because I know what's in it. I don't know what's in it, that's what I like about it. I haven't got a clue what's in it. I'm not doing an unboxing, I'm trying to build a car. We haven't got to anything we can use yet. I'm going to start until we know what to do. We've got bits and bobs and stuff, we'll just put them in places. We don't know what to do with any of this, because we haven't got to this bit. That's the bit we need. Don't read the rest now, and now we've got that to read. We'll start with. Okay then, it is a racing buggy champ. I can't remember what they called it now. Right then, so what have we got? We've got everything we need. You know it's all there, it's brand new, so we don't need to keep going through this again, do we? We go through this, and we get to a point where at some point it tells us to do something. I don't know what we're looking for, I haven't got a clue. I've got my glasses on, I don't want glasses. Not got a clue, we're looking for gearbox parts, so they've got to be metal, so there's always the metal parts. There's all the metal parts there, what's this? Okay, right. Looks like them to me. I ain't going to go into any detail, it's obviously them. Wherever they are, that's the back end. So there's the back end. If you want us to build the back end, we'll build the back end when we're ready. And that back end goes together when we've got the chassis. So the first thing we've got to do is figure out what all is. We've got something here, it's a standard ESC, fine, whatever. And we've got millions of them, and I've got a much better one to go in it. So we're really going to make this a fast car. I know people get precious about these cars because they're old. This is my chance to make this car really, really fast. Because it's heavy, it'll stand up to it. It's basically a Tamiya armour. This is my first car I ever built. I'll do whatever I like with it. So we're going to put the biggest motor we can get in it with the fastest ESC. That's what we do, that's what we're going to get on with. So, we've got that to do. If we didn't do that, what would we be doing? We're just building a car, aren't we? Just building a car, which is great fun. We'll build it until the point when we put our upgrades on, and then we'll whack them on. So have a look through it, fine, we'll shop, we do everything we always do. Make sure there's nothing abnormal. I've built this a million times anyway, and I've had a look at a million of them. We all have. That's what we're going to end up with, and that's all I'm interested in. I'll have that page open now, so we'll have some sort of guide. Right, I've got some idea of what we're doing. Now we start putting things back, we're never going to do it for a long time. I've got all goes for wheels and so on with that. There's something in here, and I really like the sound of it. It's tingly. Now, I don't want to break any of this packaging. This is really nice. Have a look how it's supposed to come open. It's sealed again. Sealed there. Right then. Just got to do this. I don't want to damage this packaging because it's ever so nice. Take a little cut along there, hopefully it'll do it. Oh, I don't know if it will. No, it went. It went. Right then, this is really nice packaging now. So, this is the nice stuff you do. And I think, okay, we've got an air, really good one. We've got a long one, like that metal. Okay, let's get it all out slowly now. Okay, we've got parts there. All metal, look. Everything here is metal. Okay, now we've ended up with a lovely box. And it is a lovely box, so that's going to go somewhere very special. That's for, I'll frame that one. I don't know what that bag is. It's bits and bobs. So that is the key components we've actually got at the moment. We haven't got anything else. So we've got that, and we've got everything in that box. Now then, what we're interested in is building the car, not why anybody can do it or what they can do or anything like that. Nobody gives a crap. We all know we can do it. We just want to see it done. So let's get all this in here now. We've got stuck being interrupted. There's no interruptions now. I've forced the interruption to go away. So he's now not interrupting the flow because I've stopped it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, all right. Look at the upgrade, yeah. Here's some clues what we're doing. There's one clue. It should go faster than that, I think. A lot faster. And if anybody remembers what we did with that, That's what we do. Then if we do the same in this car, which this car is a very strong car, it's a Hoonigan. If we do the same to this car that we did to that car, it will go faster and be heavier. Right. Okay, what we're going to do is get some bits out of the way. Right. That was the tame idea. That was the one most people tried to talk me into doing. And I was like, you know what, I need one, something else, so I bought one. We don't need a team motor now. So that's the tame version. The next tamer version is a firebolt, and I'm like, you must be kidding me, I'm not putting a firebolt in this. I'm putting a ball diff in it. You don't need, this is going to have something quick in it. Then you come to your ESC. And you're like, what? Well, this is a hunk of steel. It's a hunk of steel. It's a really nice hunk of steel, but I can buy another one. And I can buy all the bits, because I know where to get them from. We all know to get our bits from. So we're only looking at spare parts for the brakes. And we ain't going to break this, oh, it's that metal. So what we're looking at is to try not to break it and make it go fast. Well, this is a 4S hobby wing. And I reckon we can stick the 4S in this. We've got the stickers and everything. I reckon we can make a hobby wing 4S one of these. Can't see a reason why not. We've done it before with a Kyosho. It's reinventing the wheel job, isn't it? So what we're trying to build is a 4S hobby wing one of these. Don't matter what it is, does it? It's a nice car. We've got a box, fine. Right. We've got a ball diff, fine. And then you start thinking about things, you're like, right, what have we got? We've got some screws here, don't know what they're for, got bits, and I need to organise things. These are what I normally organise things. Don't matter where they go, they're just trays, you've got millions of them. They're always full of stuff. You're just doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for anyone else anyway. You always were. So I know I can make that ball diff hold up, so does the supplier, it's Tamiya. I can make these wires hold up, the thick gauge, whatever that is, it'll hold up, it already did. This is a used ESC I'm swapping for something else, which is 4S and it's a Kyosho. It is quite obvious to me that this will go very fast. It will go incredibly fast because it come from a 4S car. A 4S car on a 4S battery goes fast. But I'm not going to, I've got a spare diff here. I'm going to put everything in it that I can throw at it, and that's a spare. That's a spare just in case I don't get it to go fast. That's all that is. So that's a couple of quid. This is the culmination of everything I've ever done. I'm going to chuck the whole lot at this. So it means finding the fastest, most torquiest Tamiya motor I can find. Now obviously everyone will say, oh, you don't want to put anything other than vintage in it. This is going the fastest brushless motor that gearbox will handle. I'm building a car. I'm not trying to impress anyone, I'm trying to build a car for me. And this is my favourite car that I've always wanted to build, and it'll be as fast as I want it to be. And I'll break it and I'll have to fix it once. So we've got spare parts, we've got all this, we've got to build. And now I'm worn out. I'm absolutely bloody knackered. And we're back with the build. The boss has said we can go. He's quite happy for us to go. Now it's 12 o'clock. It's another day, but it's 12 o'clock. So see the time, it's 12 o'clock. So we're half an hour later than we were before. It's a completely different day though. Completely different day. Lots of nice time to relax. Lots of editing to do on that last video, even though it was it's actually worked out, recorded, nearly a 3.5 hour video, maybe 4. Huge amount of editing to do, and it's still sort of punchy, but that's what a build takes to get set up. So it was all set up. Things I've managed to do, obviously, get the phone to work. Like I said, it hasn't got any apps on it, but it works. So if we need to do any Googling and stuff, we can do that. We can't use any apps, who cares? We don't need apps, just need to Google, so maybe Google something or something. So we've got that. Apart from that, nothing's changed. I haven't moved anything. Tools are all hanging about. Cups and all that stuff down there. But yeah, so there's the build. I haven't done anything else at all. So looking at this, trying to think where I cut something. I cut something somewhere. So I used a standing knife to cut into this, or one of these packages. I think I got, oh, it's a gearbox, okay. So I started cutting the gearbox, and these do cut through, so you can just cut round these. So that'll be what we're doing, just cut round these. I'll do a quick highlight on, I'm not going to cut them all out, yeah. So just run around these, cut these out. Only the things I need. Don't need a motor, but I do need everything else. So this should end up with just a motor on it, I think. just at the end. But apart from that, I haven't packed anything else out. It's actually boxed away at the moment. I've just got a few bits hanging around, bits and bobs. So we'll get going and we'll see how we go. Let's see if we get a shot set up. There is one other thing in here, that's the Lex Echo thing. Just a great piece of kit that is, very handy to have around. Does everything you need it to do, just tell it what to do and it does it. Keeps an eye on the weather forecast out for me. It's about, they're saying it's about 5 degrees out there. So it's nowhere near as cold as it was. It's come up 5 degrees and it's a sunny day, so it's a nice day. But obviously we've had a few walks out, we've had a bit of a sort of nice time around, but this is time to have a look at this. So we've got the phone, it's working. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to Google on it yet. I'm wondering, I'll have to at some point go and find out what is the motor I need, if I'm going to get that. But because that'll be almost the last thing we put in, I've got so much time to do it, it doesn't matter. But I think the only thing I need to use Google for is to find out which is the right motor for it. The reason I'm going to use the ESC, I'm going to use it spare. I've got a spare one. I ran a Kyosho on 4S on it. I'm not going to run this on 4S, it'll be too fast. But it's a 120 milliamp one, and I might as well use it. So it obviously a 4S would tear it to pieces, full whack. But to dial it down, we can start off on, I don't know, 2S or something, see how it goes, and then see what breaks, and if something breaks, something breaks. But really it's going to be about just trying to make it sort of balanced, and that's what we're going to look at. So that's what we'll look at next. This lot.